All right, well, Wednesday is the hub of the week,
Yes,
and
it is.
time does fly. It feels like we only blinked,
Yeah.
and it's the third day of the week already.
Well, I don't think it blinked for me. I think we had a long wait for a lot of results to be called out one by one.
Yeah.
And finally, it's over, y'all. The results are out. So yes, we can get back to, grooving and watching great TV. Terrestrial TV is where you need to be, right here on TVC every single weekday, especially on a morning like this.
All right, before we go any further, let us inform you that we're going to be doing this all the way till 8:45 a.m. Are you ready, guys? It's going to be a great show this morning. Something's happening in the kitchen. I don't know.
Yeah,
We've
what?
got a new chef. She's looking all fresh,
Yes, so.
looking generous.
She's smiling too.
Your view would say
I'm
generous.
seeing
I was waiting
proteins, I'm seeing carrots, and just really, really nice. Looking nice, looking
Okay,
nice.
so I know that it's going to be really, really great in the kitchen today, especially when you see the chef smiling already. I know. She's already smiling. So that's all we need to know.
And the chef is kind of cute too.
Really?
Oh,
Yummy?
thank you.
I'm just saying, just putting it out there. Yeah,
So this is how we butter up our chefs so that they can give us the best performance possible and of course keep our own food to the side. But my name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And I'm Yomi Okwe. Don't forget, we're streaming live right now on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. You can check us out at TVC Connect.
Yes, sir. Please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria. It's very, very, very important. And well, hey, when it comes to food, we don't play.
We don't play, and we already introduced you, Chef Ayo. She's going to be doing something special. They're already getting very busy right now with Mary. Stuff is already going on. But we're going to kick off the show this morning with a musical performance from Nigerian singer, songwriter, and actress Sefia Ibrahim.
And then from there, we move on to a very important discussion on nutrition and the role it plays on our health. When it comes to nutrition, we always bring back Nitia Halur. Now, she's going to be talking about the health dangers in consuming unbranded oil.
Heartburns can be very uncomfortable. It's a big challenge for many people. And to talk to us about the causes and treatment options for heartburns is Dr. Kuti. He's going to be back with us with that conversation later on.
It's actually quite common. People don't know how common it actually is.
People don't even know what heartburn is when they're feeling it.
Then from there, Temitope Imo is going to be here. We're talking love languages and understanding our spouse's love language for a more rewarding relationship. Yes, relationship discussions always happen on Wednesdays, and we can't wait.
Love language.
Love language. Love language. Sounds like Greek.
Sounds like poetry.
Yeah, love language.
Yeah.
And no, it's not. Okay, so
like the name of a movie.
it probably is the name of a movie, a Nigerian movie.
So
by
you
now.
guys acting already?
Okay, so are we really going to ignore the elephant
Oh,
in the
no. Well,
room?
Nigeria has a new president.
Hey, Yomi
Well,
said it.
not a new president, but,
What?
we have a president for the next 4 years.
Okay.
And, of course, so the overnight, it was INEC finally announced that the APC, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, has won the 2019 elections.
Yes, indeed.
So
And, of course, we're going to be taking that on the news very shortly.
closer than I thought.
it was
Just 4
quite a
million.
tight race.
Just 4.
Yeah, in a
4
country of
isn't
over
just though.
200 million people.
Okay,
So
so
not that number of voters.
Yeah.
okay, so when you
Over
think about
200
how many
million
people are even living in Lagos, it was just about 1 million people that voted in the whole of Lagos.
You know,
It's very
so-
strange that, almost every day we're talking about get your PVC, get your PVC.
Yeah, and then-
6 million registered voters. Only about 1 million voted.
Yeah.
So it was quite.
It wasn't much of a surprise. The last time it was about 44%, and this time it was just about 41% of voters turning up, which was, something that many people expected that with all the hula balloon, there would be a lot more voters turning up, but most people just couldn't be bothered.
Well, there was the issue of it being shifted, the election day actually being shifted.
think
A lot
that
of
also
people
contributed.
felt
I
a
think
lot,
that
they were
contributed.
a
Some people didn't
little...
travel again. So
yeah.
when they came back, because
Yeah.
you have to go to
Work,
First of all, that's one thing we have to take out. If I voted and it's electronic, I should be able to vote anywhere. So but people had to move back. So when you travel and then, I have to go back the second time, and then some people had to put shows, some people had to travel outside the country, they had moved stuff they had to do. And so we had a number of people say, look, I've moved and I can't shift it.
Yeah.
I waited for the election, was postponed.
It's one of the things.
The
It's one
ability to vote anywhere is something that I'm sure INEC is putting in works. Some years back, there was no machine to vote. It was all manual, and now we're having more of electronic. Hopefully by 2023, at worst by 2017, we'll be able to do that. And not just even Nigerians in Nigeria, but also Nigerians in diaspora can as well vote, because many people were comparing Nigeria to Senegal, and you know, they also had their elections, and how even those in diaspora could vote. But I think it's a gradual process. We have quite a number of people in
you
the
don't have to
country.
take all. I say the same thing. The US is over 200 years old. Nigeria is just about 50-something. We don't have to stay up until we're 200 to get to where they are. They have made some mistakes. They have learned so that we can learn from them.
Exactly.
These things can be done. They are slowed down deliberately. They can be
Yeah,
done.
but you
They're
can't
extremely
knock
electronic.
down experience. The experiences you have to go through things. You have to. It's a process.
Yeah.
You can't just rush based on the fact that other people are doing things and they've done.
So
things
why
in the
do
past.
we have to
You
wait
can't.
to use? We should not
No,
use
we don't
GSM
have to
now.
wait.
No.
We should also remember that it's not about the government.
milk tins.
The government is made of the people. That's the truth. It's made up of the people. So if certain things are going to happen, then we also have to contribute in our own ways. So many people have refused to register for so many things you've been asked to register for. You see some people till date saying, I don't even have a BVN. Like, how do you operate an account?
How do you not have an account? How do you?
Exactly.
There's
You
some
can't operate an
there's some
account
people that
without a
still
BVN.
don't
Yeah.
even
They
do
prefer
online
doing
banking.
the
They
cash
don't trust it.
transactions
They don't trust online banking.
Yeah. So you're welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. We have a new chef, Chef Ayo, and she looks amazing, doesn't she? Wow, you look like you just came to do some modeling here.
Well,
you came to
maybe.
cook? Okay, so the model chef. So what are you making for us today?
Today I'm making buka stew with white rice.
Buka stew
Yeah.
with white rice. I don't think I've seen any buka stew that has carrot and...
This is actually for the white rice.
this is for the white rice?
Yeah, to garnish it. Yes. So,
Okay, let's talk about the ingredients.
Okay, this is I have assorted meat.
This is definitely buka style. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
You have
pomo inside, shaki, roundabout, beef inside.
This is edo, like
yeah,
kidney,
liver.
right?
Yeah.
Liver.
Then I have
Fantastic.
shaki. I have
Fuku
beef.
is liver, isn't it? Am I mixing? Okay, so we move here.
Okay.
What do we have here?
We have smoked panla fish. Then we have Titus
Okay, so
Yeah.
buka stew proper. Then of course the carrot and
for the white rice.
then what are we? This is for garnishing.
Yes.
What about
bell
the
pepper. For the sauce.
for the sauce.
Yeah.
Did you blend it in the pepper? Because we have blended pepper.
No, I didn't blend it.
You did not.
I
So
just wanna slice
what's
it
in
and
here? What did we blend?
Just fresh pepper.
Okay.
Then tatashi
Okay.
inside here.
And tomatoes as
No,
well? No tomatoes.
it's gonna be spicy.
Okay, no wonder she called it buka stew.
It's going to be spicy. You know, I'm a Yoruba girl. You know, Yoruba people and pepper.
Hey, now wow. Okay, and then we have this onions,
Tomato paste,
puree.
then onions, and
seasoning cubes.
Yep.
Okay, so we're not making use of salt.
not
will
for
be,
my
not
not
for-
for the sauce, but for
Okay.
the rice actually.
You have
added,
some
yeah.
salt in the rice. Yes, the rice is also boiling right
Yeah.
now. So how do we do this?
We're gonna start with vegetable oil.
Okay, so we pour in a bit of vegetable oil,
Yes.
and then what happens next?
The onions, then garlic.
Just a bit of vegetable oil. Is that
Yeah.
enough?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, okay. Okay, so what goes in next? The onions?
Onions.
Wow, that heated up quite fast. So after the onions, what happens?
Garlic.
Garlic. You're putting the garlic whole?
No, I'm gonna
Okay.
slice it in it.
I wanted to say this should be garlic
Gallo.
galore, more like. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we allow the aroma build up. Then what goes in after the garlic?
The pepper.
The pepper.
Yep.
So the pepper will now have to boil for a while.
Yes,
Then when
exactly.
it's ready is when we'll do the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, then we'll add the meat.
Okay.
Then the fish will be the last thing we'll add.
Now the fish, I know sometimes when you
We're
go
gonna
to
wash
a
it then.
buka, some people sell it whole like this. Are you going to be putting it whole, or
No.
you're going to be?
I'm going
clean
to
it
like
out?
I'm going to clean out and just
Okay,
you know.
okay. So it will be like even thickening the sauce. more like-
exactly.
So at this rate, we are not going to have any pepper. Are we eating rice and meat?
It's going to be like pepper. You know when you're eating rice and you're just taking meat with it. Like it's not like you're just eating pepper alone.
Ah, now wow. Okay.
1 spoon of rice, 1 spoon of meat, or from or anything instantly. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you've heard her, Chef Ayo is making the proper buka stew for us today.
Spicy one though.
Spicy one, because there are no tomatoes. So if you know you don't like pepper, I'm not sure this is for you. But of course, you know, I always say that there are ways you can manage this. You can do it your own way. Perhaps with your own tomatoes, you can actually get it right. In the meantime, however, we have to move on. The show has to go on. So we'll be going straight for some more stuff right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Down, down, down. And take it up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Take it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right side again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 more. 1. Take it up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then stretch your legs. Stretch down. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4, 5. Let's go now. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's step it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Let's go. Break down. 1, 2, 4. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Put your legs together. Try to go down. If you can't go down, that means you have to follow your knees. So you have to stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring your hands down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then your shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's take it side again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remember what I said. After every exercise, you should always stretch yourself. Your finger, your leg, every part of your body. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then stretch your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exercise is very important. Everybody needs to exercise. Whether you're fat, slim, or you're not feeling fine, you actually need to exercise. My name.
All right, you're welcome again to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. As you can see, we're still very busy. Chef Ayo is trying to strut her way here, but we know she's been working in the back. All right, if you're just joining us though, I should let you know that today we are making white rice and buka stew. What is buka stew? She'll tell us about it. Chef Ayo, what is buka stew?
Buka stew is a very spicy sauce that has local, like this, the fish actually is going to give it the local taste.
Okay.
The smoked fish.
Okay.
So it gives it that.
The ingredients are on your screen right now, just a moment. Buka sauce and white rice. Okay, so you can quickly scribble down everything because she will definitely go over the ingredients again so you can know how it works exactly. So you were talking about the fish?
Yeah, the fish, like the fish will give it that local taste and the smell.
Okay.
So it gives it that proper buka sauce.
Feel.
Yeah, buka feel.
Wow.
Yeah, and pomo, shaki. And this veggies is actually for the white rice.
White rice, okay.
So garnish and make it look, you know.
Really inviting.
enticing.
Hey, okay.
And
then, of course, the tomato puree, that goes into the stew,
yes,
right?
that's the only tomato I'm adding. Like, I'm not using any other because it has to be spicy. So
If you know the amount of pepper she puts in that thing,
don't tell them.
I will tell them. So we have this blender that is filled up with Scotch bonnet, like filled up with Scotch bonnet and just a bit of onions, I believe. That's all. Not even one
Don't mind
tomato.
that she's not saying the truth.
Yes, I'm just preparing our guest because it looks like our guest is fair complexion. So I want her to know that she might be turning red, but she'll be all right. She'll definitely be all right. So this is it. Cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll add a bit of water then.
Okay. While the rice, just take this. The rice is
Almost.
boiling as well. The rice should be ready soon. So when the rice is ready is when we'll add we'll put in.
The veggies, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to add this in when the rice is ready.
Yes.
But is this ready for anything else? Or
Yeah,
it
it's
has to
actually
keep
ready
boiling?
for the meat.
Okay. So we're putting them all in.
All in.
This one is rice and meat. There's no
I know,
sauce in it.
right? There's no sauce.
Okay. So the fish doesn't come in yet.
Not yet. So I don't want it to be...
That's a
Well,
lot of
it's
splashing. That's the thing with when you have pepper. There's a lot of splashing going on. Pick
Can
one.
even feel the heat from here.
Yes.
Like, so spicy.
Oh, but this looks nice. This looks really nice.
I know.
So I want to buy rice 50. And
No, we don't sell rice
do they
50
still
here.
sell 10 naira meat?
We don't sell rice 50 here.
So where from how much?
Like maybe from 1K upward. We don't see, we are not cheap
I'm
here.
leaving the kitchen for you because
We are not cheap here.
yeah, rice. Okay, rice 100 naira. At least you will have.
No,
100
you won't
naira
get
rice.
it here.
How
Don't
can you
worry.
not have 100 naira rice?
Go and try that. Yeah, Basira.
I will go to Yabas and still buka stew. You know, you have a tougher time convincing me that it's buka stew than even the proper buka.
Because I don't look like I'm gonna cook. I'm
I
gonna
already
cook that
said
local,
it. You are
local.
not cooking
But
the
I was
soup
surprised
alone.
you. Do you
You are
understand?
here to model as well.
I know.
So we're going to let this keep steaming. I noticed you haven't put any seasoning yet.
Yes, I have. because I just want to put little because I won't use salt, so it will just catch it, you know. I don't want to pack too many.
It is at the end of the show. We'll know all this your
I don't worry.
I will really want to tell them.
No way. No way.
All right, then we have to go on this break. Please stay with us and still Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome to the garden. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nitya is back. Yes, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
All right, so she is our nutritionist for this morning. And Nitya is here to talk to us about the importance. In fact, you know what? There's so much about oil, vegetable oil, that we've been doing research on in the past year or so.
True.
Even right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah.
We should really talk about, you know, the difference between branded oils and unbranded oils.
Yeah.
So when we talked yesterday, we had quite an interesting conversation on this.
Yeah.
You said you were going to do some research. What was the first thing that hit you?
Yeah, the first thing that hit me was that in 2013, the annual consumption of oil in Nigeria was as high as 2,006 kilotons.
Kilotons?
I know. And Nigeria ranks 9th among 160 other countries in the consumption of edible oil, vegetable oil.
Okay.
So that just goes to show how much of vegetable oil we consume, because of which there's this flourishing market of unbranded oils that are cheaper.
Okay.
And you know, according to the NAFDAC guidelines, which is so important, every 1 kg of oil has to be fortified with 20,000 international units of vitamin A.
Okay, so vitamin A.
Yes, vitamin A. Because this vitamin is especially important in Nigeria because 1 out of 3 kids under the age of 5 are marginally deficient in vitamin A.
Okay.
Because of which they're not able to grow up to their optimum levels. Their bones, their teeth are affected. Even as adults, when we are buying loose edible oil, we carry a risk of having cancer, liver damage, paralysis, or cardiovascular arrest.
Okay.
So all of this is life-threatening.
And we take so much oil that it's such a part of our daily, daily lives that it does actually make sense to make sure that, you know, all the things we need to make sure we're getting the best out of our oil
That's
is in
very
there.
true, because 1 gram of oil gives you 9 calories as opposed to 4 grams of, 4 calories from protein. So it's a very dense nutrient that we're putting in our stomach. So, you know, like the video that we were looking at yesterday, the first thing that caught my eye was the unhygienic environment in which these oils are produced.
Have you been to any of these markets before?
Oh, I've been to one. Okay. I've been to one, but I didn't see this though.
Oh, you didn't see how bad it was?
No, I didn't.
Oh, goodness me.
And you know, it just strikes to me that there can be so many chances of cross-contamination. There was a 2018 study that was done in one of the open markets in Lagos. They basically looked at, I think it was groundnut oil. They basically looked at unbranded groundnut oil and they found bacteria that's found in your fecal matter in the oil. Okay,
so bacteria that's found in, basically in the toilet.
Exactly, in the pot,
Oh God.
That is going into your system. So
it was cooked. It was ready to be cooked.
Yeah, it was ready to be cooked. Unbranded groundnut oil that we get home and we cook our stews in.
Okay, so the reason why people are buying the unbranded oils as opposed to the branded oils must be because of cost.
Price, yes.
Price. So did you figure out what the difference
was? Like I was just going through some of the markets and I just saw that the difference could be anywhere just between 100 to 250 naira. Okay. And it again, that's what I advise my clients always. Be very careful about where you're putting your money. Okay. It could be 500 naira more just for oils and thousands of nairas for hospital bills. Okay. So you decide, you know, you choose where to invest your money in.
Okay, so in the market now you get the unbranded oil for probably 100 naira less or 250 naira.
Yes, exactly.
And I've noted that a lot of the companies, the people that produce the branded oils now have started producing sachets that are reduced price, you know, as little as 50 naira, 100 naira, to make sure it's more available to the population. But people are still going for the unbranded oils.
I know. I think it's because many of them like say that because our ancestors used it, it's fine to use it. You know, my grandmom was healthy. Yeah. But we need to remember that at that time, there was nothing called adulteration. At that time, people used to have everything fresh. Right now, we're dealing with so much of mixing of cheap cottonseed oil, hydrogenated oils, which produces something called as trans fats. Okay. And trans fats are basically the building blocks of heart disease. Wow. And that's why in Nigeria, there is an extremely high rate of cardiovascular disease. So all of this,
I've been holding this oil out in the air. So it's quite a cool morning. I'm not sure if we can get that shot. Yeah. So in the cool air, if I'm at home with an unbranded oil, it would coagulate. You know, it would get thicker. But with a branded one, it's supposed to, you know, still stay liquid
at room temperature.
At room temperature.
That's because most of the unbranded oils are not, there are no preservatives that are added to them, because of which they're oxidizing, and that's why they're coagulating. And as I said, all of that will just reduce and narrow your vessels that carry the blood to your heart.
Oh, wow, wow.
So that means that you're so close to getting a heart attack or cardiovascular risk.
So I did note that it's not just vegetable oils that are adulterated. There are quite a lot of other types of oils in the market. You brought some samples of other oils as well.
I did. So basically, these are the two oils, and like I said, the difference in the cost is just 150 naira.
Okay, so this is palm oil, right? So where is this from?
This is from the local market close to my area.
Okay.
And the same, and this is just from an adjacent shop.
Okay.
So this is for 400 and this is for 550.
Okay, so what's the difference between these two?
What do you think the difference could be? Like, don't you feel like, let's just, if
okay,
someone
so
can
my
get
mother, if I was going to the market, my mother or my mother-in-law would probably make me buy this one because it looks thicker.
More red?
Yes, it looks more red. It looks thicker.
You know, that's the thing. The redness in the oil does not mean that the oil is more healthy.
Okay.
There are so many dyes that are added to palm oil especially that are actually carcinogenic.
Okay.
What you're trying to look at is the oil should feel like an oil. So you see this, it sticks to the container.
Yeah.
That's the property of an oil.
Okay.
But when you see this, it feels like tomato ketchup.
It does. It moves. It's thick. It's like pasty.
Yeah. And
so which one is the better oil?
The better oil should always be this one.
The lighter one?
Yes. It should be orangish in color, not bright red. If it's bright red, then you just know that I've added colors to it.
Okay.
And also make sure, I don't know if you can make out, but the smell is quite distinct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the smell of the oil should be different as well. Okay.
Yeah, it should. And this is quite, I don't know, it's quite synthetic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we did talk about dyes and other liquids being added to oils to maybe make them more, you know, make them look brighter, etc.
Make them look brighter, make them actually increase their volume, make your food tastier. You know,
but it's less healthy when they do.
Obviously, it's actually not just less healthy, it's dangerous. So you need to really invest in good oils, and trust me, it takes you a longer way. So yes.
All right, then I have to say a big thank you to you for coming to talk to us. Okay, let me see. If I could lean this a little to the camera.
Oh yeah.
You can see the difference.
Yeah.
Between the oil. So this isn't exactly sticking to the side of the bowl, it's peeling off the side of the bowl.
Exactly. And you know, you would use about maybe 3 spoons of this.
Yes.
As versus 1 spoon of this to make your stew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So in the end, you're still using more of it.
Exactly.
So
because you want your stew to be red, right? And they want you to use more so that you buy more bottles.
Okay. Nitya, it's always a pleasure having you in the studio.
So much.
It's always a pleasure having you here. There's still so much to discuss. Please make sure you pick out a branded oil because it has the added vitamin A that you and your family need. All right, then we're going to be heading back into the studio now. Wake Up Nigeria continues after this.
Welcome back. We speak different love languages. Do you speak to your spouse? Love language, what is it? And why should we have it in our relationship, especially in a marriage? Because you know how things are when you have a marriage and after a while it just begins to change, if you know what I mean. Now, Temitope Imo is here with us this morning to help us understand the types of love language and how we can speak right to our partner, that language that they need to hear. So I think we should start from the beginning. Talk to us about what love language is.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So the love language, we actually have 5 love languages. It's something that was conceptualized by Gary Chapman, I think sometime in 1995 or so. And basically, it's just a way that you can communicate love to your partner and also to understand how you express or how you receive love as well.
So it's about how you communicate love or give love and how you receive love.
Yes, yes. Basically, there's something they call filling up your partner's love tank. A lot of times, you're expressing love to your partner in a way that they don't actually would they don't appreciate, okay? So the 5 love languages will help you understand not only your own love language, but also your partner's love language, so that you can actually express it the way they would want it, and not necessarily the way you would want it. So that's the difference. And then I also have to mention that you have the dominant love language and the passive love language. Okay, so we'll go into the 5 love languages briefly, but I need to mention that you might have 2 dominant love language and the others are passive. Okay, as I mentioned, you have 5 love languages. The first one is the physical touch. A lot of people confuse this for sexual connection, but it actually goes much more than that. So it has to do more with physical connection, bodily contact. So people in this category would like to hug, they would like to cuddle, they like
hands.
Yes, hold hands. You know, so that speaks their language. If you do that consistently, they feel much more loved by their partner. So that's physical touch. And then we have words of affirmation. And people in this category are people that live on spoken words, right? So they like compliments, they like you to appreciate them. There are people that would like you to tell them, I love you all the time. So
constant validation.
Yes, yes. So they get motivated by spoken words, and they are the people that would go all out to hear what you have to say, to hear your opinion. So when you validate them consistently, you know, you're speaking their language, it makes them feel appreciated. So that's the second category. The second category. Then we have acts of service. People in this category, right, are people that they like action much more than words. Okay, so when you reduce their workload, you've spoken their love language. So people in this category, maybe if you see that help them in house chores, help with the children, help with certain projects, you just reduce their workload and you've made their day. You know, so those are the people in that category, that's acts of service. Then quality time, this category of people like one-on-one. If you say we're going on vacation, just both of you, oh, you've made their day. They like to look into your eyes. They like undivided, uninterrupted attention.
So I love this conversation, right? But it's challenging. A lot of times, because women are more expressive, what you would hear them say is, so you would hear them complain more because, you know, men don't talk much. And so what you then get in a situation like this is, how does one begin to identify the love language of their partner? Because that usually is the challenge. And that is, you know, you were talking about communicating love and also receiving it.
Yes.
So how do you identify what my partner actually needs? Because you've divided it into categories now. And it can just get very confusing.
So I've spoken about different types of love, like at least 3 that I've mentioned, or 4 that I've mentioned so far now. And then the goal is actually understanding yours and understanding your partner's as well. So for your partner, it might be difficult for you to totally understand how your partner loves to receive love. But by communicating with them, by asking certain questions, by observing them, you would notice that, okay, if I spend quality time with this guy, he's always over the moon, happy, he's excessively happy, you know, then you know that, okay, he has some part of quality time as part of his love language. For example, some men, they don't like people touching them, or women, you know, they don't like so much of bodily contact. You know, people would, that, for example, that their love language is physical touch, for example. They will be all over you, they're touching your back, they're touching your leg, you know, they just want to hold hands, they're strolling.
What about a situation where one partner likes to touch and hold hands and hug, and then the other partner doesn't like it? So how do you then merge that in a marriage, for instance?
The goal of the 5 love language is to fill up your partner's love tank. Okay, you have to meet them in the middle. You have to compromise. That's the truth. So you can't say, okay, because I don't like to be touched and my partner likes it, I'm not going to do it at all. No, that's not going to work.
So we identified 4 already.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there's the 5th one.
Yes, the 5th one is receiving gifts. A lot of people will say, oh, yes, I fall into that category. But for receiving gifts, the main thing really is the thoughts, not necessarily the value of the value is important, but the thoughts behind the gift. So there's a story about a man that was coming from work and saw a dog bone on the road. He picked the dog bone. I went to give it to his wife and said, I'm giving you this because you always be the bone of my bone. And that is a gift. But the thought behind, and then she's all over, wow, I really appreciate this. And then she kept it in amongst her valuable things. You know?
That's a strange story. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not the value of the gift. It's actually almost worthless, but the thought behind that gift. So if you are someone that your love language is receiving gifts, it goes much more beyond or buying you a Bentley or buying you expensive designer stuff. It's okay, the thought behind that action and the extent of what you would do, okay, to give them that gift.
Is it possible for someone to have more than one love language?
Yes.
So I like to receive gifts, I like to hold hands, and I like to spend quality time. Yeah,
it's possible. I mentioned that you have dominant and you have the passive love language. So it's possible that you have one or two dominant and the others are passive. I also need to mention here that because my love language, for example, physical touch, does not mean that my partner should not speak the other languages. It doesn't mean that they should not give me gifts. If I'm not so particular about it doesn't mean that they should not give me gifts on special occasions or wherever it is. You know, so the thing is that you must speak everything, but the dominant part is what you should focus on.
But this sounds like a lot of work. Like, it just feels like, okay, so my wife wants gifts, she wants quality time, she wants me to take her on a holiday. So it's now like I'm just working all year round for this woman. So like that's a lot of times, and you know, it sounds like it's something that is fun, but it's also a lot of work. And where it's not happening, there seems to be a breakdown in communication.
Yes.
How does one begin to take, let's even say, baby steps in the area of love language and making this discovery?
So the thing is that a lot of this language, you do them already for most people. But the thing is that, for example, if you don't identify it, you might be focusing on the wrong thing, you might be majoring in the wrong thing. For example, if you're the kind of person that you would work from morning till night and probably your partner is not particular about house chores, you're just wasting your time, so to speak, they would not really appreciate. That's what causes arguments sometimes. I've been working since the morning, and then maybe the guy or the lady is saying, I don't really care about that. I just want to spend time with you. So the thing is identifying. Once you identify it, do you understand? The work is reduced, so to speak. Once you know that love language, then you know that, okay, I should focus on this. If my partner wants quality time and is not so particular about acts of service, why should I want to focus on acts of service and then leave what he actually wants or what she actually wants? Okay, so I would focus on what they want and they should focus on what I want. So that's a mistake some people make sometimes. They would speak what they want to their partner and not what their partner wants.
Okay, because sometimes a man says that, oh, everything I'm doing it for you. So all the hard work, all the money I'm trying to earn is for you and the kids. And then the woman doesn't seem to understand why you're spending so much time away from the home.
Exactly.
Right, okay, so I'm getting, it's becoming clearer now. So a man then would need to actively then begin to speak the language that the woman wants. So in a situation where maybe the woman, so how does a woman then express her own love language? Especially, you know how women focus on the kids and focus on the home and building the home and everything. And then the man doesn't understand why the woman is so busy. How does a woman begin to express her own love language?
One of the mistakes that women make when they get married is actually when the children start coming in, that they shift their attention from their partner. Not knowing that, just give or take 15 years or 20, in a Nigerian setting, the children would move out, or even if they don't move out, they have their own life, they have their own friends, they have their own career, and all of that, and it just leaves you and your husband, and then you're looking at the man, you're no longer friends because you've shifted all your attention to your children. Okay, so you must also understand what the man desires. Okay, what does he want? You know, is he someone that likes physical touch? Is he someone that likes to receive gifts? How can I express that love such that, you know, they are all over the hills and then I just feel their love tank so much. So it's about understanding, again, it's about understanding your partner's love language. And that comes with observation, that comes with asking questions. So it might look like hard work when you start because yes, you're practically speaking the whole language, so to speak. But as you practice each one of those ones, you get to understand that, oh, this guy does not even really care about, you know, these things.
Now, talk to us about this concept of the love tank. You talk about feeling the love tank.
Yes.
Can you give us an insight or an idea what this is?
So it's a concept by Gary Chapman. We're in the book 5 Love Languages, and then it's actually the basis for speaking the language. So if I consistently speak your language, I'm filling up the tank.
Oh,
you know,
right. Okay.
Yes. And then the more I move away from speaking your language, for example, I am depleting the tank, so to speak. So the thing is that, we ask ourselves questions sometimes. My husband asks, am I filling up your love tank? Am I depleting it? So I might be doing other things that are not important to you. And I think that it's actually important, but I'm depleting. Yes, but if I'm speaking your language consistently, I'm adding up to the love tank, so to speak. And the thing is that it's not a perfect system. There are some times that you're going to, just want to focus on yourself and all of that. But the thing is, you must always come back on track that, okay, have I expressed my partner's love language? Have I filled up their tank this week or this month? So it takes something, it takes a conscious effort, okay? It
takes a conscious effort. Yes. A lot of work, Timmy, talk about it more, but we'll have to go on a break now. But thank you for educating us about this. And I'm sure there's people watching now that are saying, love language. Let me start working on it. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully next week will be another date with you. All right, we still have Steph here with us for a musical performance. And Dr. Kuti will be talking to us about heartburn. There's still so much more when we come back on Wake Up Nigeria.
Hello and good morning. Who else loves mornings like we do on Wake Up Nigeria? We're always so happy and cheap. People are always asking,
why are you guys so happy?
As in, really, I don't know.
Well, it takes a lot of work to be happy.
Yeah.
But that's our own love language for you guys.
Oh, do you know, it's like you're reading my mind. Your love language has to be right there on Wake Up Nigeria, right there. You're watching us right now because you understand that we're going to tune the rest of your day to be great. Now, most of the time, that's how we feel.
That's our job on the show.
Job, yeah.
And of course, our job
Sometimes
is to
ensure
that you have an amazing morning. And to give you a reason for reaching for your remote and sticking with us, getting out of bed. Yeah. It's 8 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. My name is Yomi Ope.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinso. Please remember, you can carry us along with you. Yes, we will follow you everywhere you go, as long as you stream with us. That's right there on Facebook at TVC Connect. And ensure that you give us those comments, very important comments, with our hashtag WakeUpNigeria. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you put that hashtag there, people, so we can see you.
Really important. Now, heartburns can be so uncomfortable and sometimes out of control, giving you sleepless nights and not being able to, you can't get through the day. But Dr. Kuti is going to be talking to us about heartburn and how to deal with it.
I actually went through a crazy case of heartburn when I was expecting the kid.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot with pregnant women.
It was really crazy. Now, from there, we'll be going on to more music. We have Sefia Ibrahim. So we're still in the chipper mood. So far, so good on Wake Up Nigeria this morning. How's the kitchen?
The kitchen is very busy. There's a lot going on right now. And soon enough, the food should be ready.
I don't understand.
What?
Give us progress reports. Don't worry. We don't need, I don't need progress reports.
You need finished reports, completed reports.
I even track the kitchen more. You are there. The track is even more than you said.
So did you guys listen to the relationship gist? Because I know you people are pretending.
Yeah, well, love languages.
Talking about love languages, and so some people like to be held and hugged and stuff. Yeah. Some people like gifts. Yeah. Some people like quality time. I can't remember the other two.
Already? You forgot already?
5 things people like.
Okay, so...
Gifts, yeah, some people like gifts.
You already mentioned gifts.
I mentioned gifts already.
Okay, so these 5 things are the only things people like.
You shall fall into one category.
No, it's not true.
You can actually probably have two of each. You know, two love languages. Just maybe one will be more pronounced than the other.
What's your love language?
People are getting weird these days. Some people, all these 5 and 6, they are not there. From very weird things that I cannot see on air.
Some people want all 5.
Some people, what they want is not in that 5. Look, the world now has moved.
Really?
When you hear some people's love language, you be wondering, is it still... Someone should blow the trumpet. Some love languages these days, you know what I'm talking. Okay, backside, I'll let you know. But a lot of things, love languages is not just. I would have wanted to say that, but then
my love language is take me to church.
Really?
Was it part of that 5?
Wow, okay.
Was it part of that
It's
5?
not part of the 5, but it's
It's not
quality.
part of-
It's
That's
quality
still
time,
quality
though.
time.
Quality time.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
funny thing is that's not a joke. That's his love
A
language.
lot of guys
Some-
assume now that a woman's love language is just to be giving her gifts. And if they feel they can't afford to give those gifts, they don't even go after a woman anymore.
But
They don't know that sometimes quality time, just affection, attention is enough.
Well,
It's
Nigerian
not
girls
about-
tell you.
It's not about money. No, so the girls that actually think it's about money, when they finally get into a place or a relationship where there's loads of money, they're still not happy.
Yeah, but
The
you
Mary
want
was-
to
So
get
they
Mary was gonna
buy
say
great
something.
things, but they're not happy.
Mary was going to say
Well,
something.
gifts
about-
are good. Gifts are good, but someone like me, that's why most folks say you're masculine in nature, Mary. I'm not big about gifts.
Gifts
If you
don't
give
do
me
anything
a
for me
teddy
either.
bear, I might likely chuck it up your nose or
Yeah.
something. But I'm not
I
big
don't
on
really like
gifts.
gifts
I'm
either.
more of the...
I feel like you're trying
and
to
then when
buy
we talk about every other
my
thing,
love or something.
for me, respect. I don't want anything else. Give
Nothing
me
else.
respect.
Your husband should just be greeting you in the morning.
It's not
Please,
greeting.
why did you get that? Mary, oh, if you want
Respect is kind
respect.
of like, it even encompasses everything. Like, you know quite well that you need to treat me right. That's it. So when you respect somebody, you would even have an interest in that person.
Yeah.
And
So it's
so
even
all
more
of
safe.
those love languages
So I was
even
thinking
come
that
How old is
financial
Mary?
was not said, but that respect as it is now, it covers all the 5. This
to-
Mary has too much sense.
Money is good, but it's not everything.
But it's not in that respect.
Money is good, but it's not everything.
not one
side.
See,
It's
it is better for me to be happy with someone,
Right.
have peace of mind, than to have a lot of money. You will always have money. I'm
Money
telling
will
you,
always
see,
come.
money will always
It will come and go.
It will come and it will
You
go
know,
and
it's
it will
easy for
come
you
and
people
it
to
will
talk
go.
like this.
You see, you're thinking
Where are
about.
the
I'm saying
girls?
this from my
You
own
see, where are the
personal-
ladies? Where are the
personal
ladies
life.
like you? Because, see, you are saying all of this,
We're
but then
very
you go
unique,
out.
Mary.
But then you go out, and everything is just entirely the other way. Saying, teddy bear,
Who
flowers,
have you been hanging out
chocolate,
with, Mike?
Madam
Who are the
Alice.
girls you've been hanging
I
out
love
with?
flowers, I love
Maybe we
chocolates,
should
but
hook
not
him
of
up
teddy
with
bears,
some
please.
The point is
better
this,
quality
They're
human
fighting
being.
me.
Even those that have money will tell you that, look, man, I have money. I don't want somebody that will come and take me lower. In fact, there's a trend.
Hashtag
last
wake
week.
up Nigeria, guys.
Wow.
There's a trend.
What's your
Talk to
love
us.
language?
What's your love language?
There's a trend that was going last week that don't marry lower. And that was, of course, because of Osas and Gbeyo.
Yeah.
So
my
ladies were
goodness.
telling themselves that don't marry down the scale.
It
marry
depends
upwards
on
the
the
scale.
down.
It was trending.
You can have money. The guy can have
So
money,
let's
but intellectually
let's not even be
is
doing
down
as
the
if
scale.
they say everything.
what?
Money was number one.
There's not enough time for this
Citizenship,
conversation,
no
you
kind
guys.
of thing.
We don't have enough time, so we'll take it to
We
social
don't want
media.
money.
Citizenship of what?
If I hear,
Marry a Nigerian so you can become a Nigerian.
if I hear, when there's Canada,
You
US.
see what we're talking
I
about.
know your brother. He's now
Hashtag
looking for
opportunity.
a Nigerian girl in
Oh
the
my
US.
God.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. We have in the studio Dr. Kuti. Now, he's taken time out of his busy schedule and he has experience in both private and public health sectors in Nigeria. He's back with us this morning to give us some tips and advice on attaining and maintaining optimal health. Today, we're talking about heartburn, the causes and, of course, the treatment options. Welcome, Dr. Kuti.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
All right then. So, first of all, for people that don't know, what exactly is heartburn?
All right. Heartburn is basically just a burning sensation that you feel underneath your chest, the sternum, commonly called the breastbone.
Okay.
And it can be a spasm kind of pain. Sometimes it can be a spasm kind of pain.
So can I, put my hand where I would feel such pain? Is it just here or anywhere above here?
Just here.
Okay.
First
here,
place.
here. First
Lower.
space.
Yes,
right
exactly.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
sometimes you can go high up, depending. But most times it's usually just here.
okay. So when they say heartburn, it's not actually the heart that's burning.
Definitely.
Okay. So it's what is the cause of that pain?
Okay. When they say heartburn, what exactly is burning? That's actually the esophagus.
Okay.
So, and the cause is actually due to the reflux of acid from the stomach
Okay.
to the esophagus. Normally, acid is not supposed to stay in the esophagus. There's supposed to be a muscle that closes the end of the esophagus, preventing the acid to go up. But when that acid gets to the esophagus, it starts to burn.
Okay, so now the esophagus is you know, the channel that takes food from our mouth to our stomach.
Exactly.
And, you know, I guess unless you're vomiting, food isn't supposed to go in the other direction.
Yes.
So what could cause the acid to, you know, start coming up to cause the pain?
So, like I said, there's a muscle that prevents acid going back to the esophagus. So, first thing that can cause it when you have excess acid production.
Okay.
Either from what you eat, your lifestyle. If the acid production is too much, it can trickle, get its way back to the esophagus. Okay. The other mechanism is if that muscle is weak, which can be pathological. Okay. Sometimes can be triggered by what you eat as well. It weakens the muscle, so it doesn't allow the muscle to contract well. Okay. So the acid can seep back to the esophagus.
So there must be some things in our everyday lives that cause heartburn to occur. Could you break down some of those things?
Definitely. Heartburn is very common. So a lot of people come down, they say they have heartburn. So things that can cause it, or risk factors, let me use the risk factors, things that we eat, spicy food, peppery food, a lot of pepper.
Pepper soup.
Yes, a lot of pepper. Anything that can stimulate acid. Beans.
Beans, okay.
Cassava.
So that's Gary?
Yes, Gary, eba. People that like it, they'll tell you if you have one anytime I finish eating eba, they can stimulate acid production. Okay. Then, things we drink as well. Okay. Caffeine.
Caffeine?
Coffee.
Wow, okay.
People that like coffee, caffeine. Alcohol, particularly red wine.
Oh, wow.
Particularly red wine.
Because it has a higher acidic content?
It can, yeah, and it can stimulate more acid production in the stomach, which can trickle back up. Okay. Then, citrus fruits. They have high acid content as well. The grapefruit, orange juice, and so on. Then also the drugs that we take regularly. Oh, wow. The painkillers, diclofenac, ibuprofen, naproxen. Those are also a very common cause of excess acid production. Then fatty food as well.
Fatty foods?
Fries.
Fries, like chips?
Like chips. Okay. A lot of plantain with a lot of oil.
Oh, wow. So these are things that people do on an everyday, eat on an everyday, they drink on an everyday. Yeah. But then maybe they weren't feeling it before and then suddenly it just happens. You know, is there something that could just like immediately cause it? I've been eating plantain all my life, fried plantain all my life, and then suddenly I'm having heartburn, you know?
For people that have been eating those things and they have not been having heartburn and suddenly they develop it, I would most likely think it's not from that food. It might be from other pathological things because apart from the food, like I said, risk factors, we have actually pathological conditions. That's disease process that can lead to heartburn.
Such as?
Such as, we call it gastroesophageal reflux disease.
Ah, that was a big word.
Yeah.
Doctor, you have to break that one down.
Yeah, it's basically what happens is that muscle that I'm talking about is weak.
Okay.
That muscle that causes it is weak. So because of that weakness, pathological cause, and a lot of things that can cause that weakness, it can trickle back up.
So now I've discovered whatever cause it could be, maybe down the line. What's my next move? How do I get that pain to stop?
Right. First of all, lifestyle modification sometimes is usually a very good thing. You just modify your lifestyle, what you eat, what you do, and everything will subside. Once you've identified the triggering factor, next thing, avoid them. Okay. And if you can't avoid it, because some people like to eat those things.
Some people can't do without eating about.
So what we advise them is you eat in very small quantity. Okay. Very small quantity. You don't eat too much. Then once you finish eating, you don't lie down immediately because that's another cause. Because once you finish eating, you lie down, it can cause that.
So how long should I stay upright for after eating?
About 20 to 30 minutes.
So you shouldn't just go straight to bed after eating some nice eba?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also at night, you don't eat close to your bedtime, which is also the same thing. You don't want to finish it and next you want to go and sleep. No. Okay. You don't eat close to your bedtime. Then, if you are obese, that's another risk factor actually. Okay. If you're obese, you try to lose weight. You try to lose weight, then you can also, for all these spicy food and all those things, reduce the amount.
So there was something you mentioned earlier. You said that, I think I was the one doing research on this. Pregnant women actually do suffer from heartburn.
Yes.
You know, and I don't know if it has much to do with any spicy foods they might be taking. Yeah. Right? So what?
It's due to the pressure that is developing within their abdomen, you know.
Oh,
a pregnant woman, the baby is developing within the stomach, it increases the pressure. And because of that pressure, the increase in that pressure, it causes that muscle that I talked about to relax more easily. And it's like you're pushing the stomach high up. So it leads to acid reflux.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kuti, for coming to break that down for us. This issue of heartburn is quite common. You might want to do some research on your own or ask some questions on social media. All right, then make sure you use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria. Mary is with the chef in the kitchen, and something smells good.
Oh, something definitely smells good. I'm sure it tastes good as well. We are at the finishing stage of the cooking today. So as you can see, the stew
almost ready.
It's almost ready. So
right now we want to add the bell pepper.
Okay.
Just to garnish it.
Bell pepper in buka stew. Please,
anybody
that has seen bell pepper in buka stew, I would like you to tell me where you saw it.
I'm not regular. Like, why are you acting like this? I'm not regular. Why look regular to you?
Okay. You see, this is the kind of thing the doctor said we should be eating, Abby. Okay.
Yes, no.
Yes.
Spicy.
All right, so how did we arrive at this?
We first started with vegetable oil.
Yeah.
Then
the
onions, garlic, then fresh pepper, that very spicy pepper.
Ordinary tomato. Pepper.
Yeah, then tatashi, yeah. Then we left it to cook for a while.
Yeah.
Then we added
the
beef and the shaki, roundabout. Roundabout is actually my favorite. Oh my God.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Pomo. I'm a shaki fan.
Yes. Really?
Yeah, like shaki. Especially shaki Onigbawe, but let's not go there. Let's not go there.
All right. So after that, then we left it to cook for a while.
Okay.
So then we added the fish. So now we are adding the bell pepper.
Okay.
Then the seasoning.
All right.
Yeah. So basically, this is buka stew. Buka sauce.
Buka sauce. So you see, for every spoonful you get,
it has to be.
There has to be fish or
see liver, roundabout. There's no stew.
So I'll find this.
So 1 spoon of rice, 1 spoon of whatever you want.
Ah, there's fish.
See?
This is really buka stew.
See?
And of course, this is the rice that will be aiding it to finished land. I mean, promised land. Which one? As long as the chef finishes. So it's rice and buka stew. So that's what we're having today for breakfast. But there's more for breakfast. I'm sure everybody's wondering what this is for. This is just for garnishing.
To garnish the rice.
Yes. There's more for breakfast, though. And besides food, we're going to have music. You know, when you have food and then you have music by the side, it's always exciting. But before we talk about food, let's start serving.
Yeah. So it won't start.
So that I can have my own bites before everybody else. That's what I'm going to do today. So let's serve. This is for Sefia. So serve it as little as possible so that I can have the larger part. Okay.
She's scared.
No, you have to put plenty of stew. 1 spoon of rice and half of the stew.
You want to kill her?
No,
She's
I don't want to kill her.
You know the pepper.
No, she should not be scared. She'll be fine. That's enough for her. Just put all the stew there. Put all the stew.
Are you sure?
Don't mind me, I'm just being mean.
She'll just fail.
So, as I said, music, of course, to help with the food. And Sefia is going to give us another musical performance aided by stew.
Welcome back. Sefia Ibrahim is a singer, songwriter, and a graduate of the Nigerian Muson School of Music, where she majored in music, dynamics, and vocal training. Now, which explains, of course, that voice we heard earlier on the show. Now, her sound is centered around Afrobeats and Afropop, and the Northern Nigerian-born talent is also an actress, and she draws heavy inspiration from Ciara and Rihanna.
What can I say?
Like you're really a diva. You just put up the others. I don't get. If I was just left here, Safia's in the house, but then wonderful, great to have you. You are welcome.
Thank
you. You actually did get to study music.
Yeah, I did.
Why did you decide to? Because I mean, some people say, look, I've been singing from my mother's womb, but most people feel that you don't have to study music to make commercial music.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to study music?
Okay, the thing is, I was studying computer science. I was modeling and acting. And then I felt people used to ask me then, can you write music? So I wanted to learn to write music. I wanted to know more about music. So yeah, that was why I went to the
You left computer science?
No, I graduated.
Okay,
I'm a graduate of computer science. Yeah.
Okay, and then you
so
decided?
I wanted to do it because I wanted to know more. I wanted to be able to write music, but then the stage is long. You have to move from this stage to that stage, and I just couldn't, you know, I couldn't complete everything. So I just did the best I could do.
How far were you able to go?
I did the first 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's not so bad.
At all. I mean, that's great. We've done courses for 6 months. 6 months, I mean, we're able to use for something. How has that affected your musicality?
Let's just say, okay, now I come from Nigeria, where if you want to write music, you don't write it the way you're supposed to. You just write it in words, you know?
Yeah.
And I do not know how to play any instrument. I really want to, but I don't know how to play it. For now, I have a guitar that I've never used. Oh my God. So, it has helped me because I am better than the way I used to sing before. I sing better than the way I used to sing before, and it's a huge improvement for me. Yeah.
Okay.
I understand music more than I used to. Yeah.
More than you used to do before. I know that. More than I used to do has that reflected in your commercial appeal?
It's so hard, but I am trying to, you know, do the kind of music I love doing, and I also try to make it commercial. I think it's getting better.
Exactly. Now that's exactly. Now that's the line that people try to want to blow. You know,
yeah, you do what you know how to do, and it's not just about you. Remember that people get to listen to these songs as well, so you have to balance it. While you're doing what you love doing, you try to balance it at the same time. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So if you were to do Fool You, what would it sound like?
If I'm to do Fool Me, you hear stuff like, he's about to bust like a 4-4, feels like getting high for the first time. Oh baby, and it's something sensual and slow, something you want to listen to in the morning when you're driving, late at night before you sleep, something you can sing to your loved ones. That's what you listen to. And then I'll be broke and nobody's going to book me, you know, and I'll just be singing to my dogs.
Okay.
And my family
so now
members.
sing that thing again. Now let me do how it will sound for what people will need.
All right, okay.
Okay.
He's about to bust like a 4-4, feels like getting high for the first time.
It doesn't even blend, Seth.
Baby, and it's some more.
Okay, but then you found a way to put a balance, and that is the Sophia that we see now. Exactly. How does that balance appeal to you?
Good. Good, because I get to do a song like the one I did the first time. Yeah, the one I guess like you listen to it and it messes with your mind. Okay. And I don't know, I can't say the word. Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, you can't say it. Don't try yourself.
I'm trying. I'm trying. So yeah, the song is essential. It is. You can play it in the club. You know, you can add some extra beats to it, and you can dance to it. So it's house music. It's not the regular. Shaku kind of house music, but you can still shaku to it.
But yeah, you can still do that.
Yeah, and I have songs like Move Button, Your Money, Dance Hall, and you know, so I try to balance it.
So many singles. Is there an album?
There's no album. Let me blow first now, so people can listen to my album. You know how hard it is.
But how many singles do you have out now?
I have over 10 singles.
Because okay, I tend to think a bit different about this because I feel like at times people need a body of work to really appreciate your diversity. True. Or an artist's diversity.
Yes.
You understand? You drop singles because okay, maybe this is what the market wants and all that. But at times, what an album or an EP does is that it allows you to diversify, to flow around and all of that, and people can get to feel you. Yeah. You know, but then we have the idea that if you're not yet blown, you don't need an album.
Well, sometimes you don't have to wait to blow, but then you have to recognize in some areas. Let's say, for example, I'm Nigerian and I want to drop an album. Okay. At least I should be able to. I should go on tour. People should know me, not everybody, but at least people should be able to relate to my music and know the person that did this song. Yeah, it helps.
Talking about your music, there are some people that were grooving to your music. Yomi and Titi are in the kitchen with Mary, of course. They want to get to meet the person who put up that wonderful music performances earlier for them. Yeah. And you've been waiting for the food since.
You have no idea.
You were not singing, you were singing off key just now because of the food. Okay, let's head to the kitchen.
Okay.
Let's head this way.
All right, thank you.
All right. Okay. Welcome, Sophia.
Please have a seat.
Hi.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi.
Welcome to the kitchen.
It looks very, very good. Yummy.
All right, so we have Chef Ayo in the kitchen today.
Yeah.
She's the one who made this delicious meal. Rice and buka stew. Buka sauce.
Yeah.
That's fine. So tell us how you arrived at this quickly.
We used oil, vegetable oil, then onions, garlic, fresh pepper with attaché, then
The tomato puree as well.
Yeah, puree. Then assorted meat.
Yeah.
Shaki.
That word assorted is underrated. There's a huge
Shaki, beef, carrots, bell pepper.
So just lots of things. Just put
yeah,
everything
just
in there.
colorful.
All right, so I think we're ready to serve our guests.
It's a colorful day.
This is for you.
All right. So
Who's this?
let me help you out there.
Is this all for me?
Yes, it's all for you.
Got it.
Oh, there you go. Start from anywhere.
All right. Be our guest. So we're waiting for the verdict from you.
And of course, while that is going on, we want to say our thank yous to our friends over at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories.
A big shout out to Fola at Fola's Place for making my hair look good. So good. And Mary is always looking so fly as well.
Thank you so much, Fola. Thank you.
Yeah, big thank you to all our guests for joining us today. So we have relationship, we have everything. Chef Ayo, well done, man.
Thank you.
Kushe.
As in, that buka stew is making the studio smell
Well
very,
done.
very
Thank
good.
you.
And the crazy thing, this is not the first time I'm eating her food.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, we are friends though.
We know each
So you,
other.
All right.
so you have to say it's good. You have to say it's good.
She has to. It's not.
I'm actually the chef now.
All right, say bye-bye, everybody.
All right. Remember, something special is coming up on Monday. Remember.
Don't miss it.
Special for
For everybody.
it's special. That's all I gotta say. All right.